Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today welcome back to the Shubaan podcast. Today we're joined by two guests and we're going to be talking about the situation in Turkey. So can you introduce yourselves?
Sure. Selamun Aleyküm. Thank you for inviting us. My name is Ercan Öngüç. I'm the member of the Turkish Education Centre from Saffron Lane. My position in there isn't such a position. We just need to help. That's what I'm doing at the moment. But I am in the committee as well myself.
My name is Murat Şükrü Acar. I am a chairman of Leicester Turkish Education Centre.
Can you tell us what's been happening in Turkey not today?
Sure. I'm sure some majority of the people have seen the news. Sometimes what happens is people see the news for 2 seconds and they just move on. Initially, it was quite a big impact, and I know that because the reactions and the calls, people coming seeing us in our centre, it shows it is a really bad, tragic event. It never happened in the history of two earthquakes in that short of period of time. Normally, 3 months or 6 months or a year later, the second biggest one will happen. But I don't know if you watched it yourselves, boys. The first one has happened 4:17 in the morning, which is majority of people, they were in bed. And some people survived. There were some buildings which is cracked. They were kind of going sideways, but they haven't fall down completely. And the second earthquake is 9 hours later happened. And that is what I was shocked and looking at it. And you will think it's just 7.1 and 5.6. You think it's just a little bit bigger, but it's apparently, and that shows. And then we had the stats, and I was reading it, and here we go. I got it here. I just need to read it to you. It's how much is the energy released by the earthquake? It was a 6 magnitude, will be equivalent to 1 atomic bomb. 6. 7, it will be 32 atomic bomb energy. 7.7, 132. And when hopefully we will never ever will see the atomic bombs in our lifetime, but what we have seen, what happened in Japan, and you can understand it, and imagine 132 of those. That's what happened. And some of those buildings fall down, and some of them stood up, and the next one came along, and some people, they were bringing their things out because it was freezing cold, and it's snow, some parts is raining, and the roads are disturbed because the trucks can't get in, the rain, snow, helicopters can't get in, and it was just kind of as the end of the judgment day for some people might thought, and maybe it was for some people. That's how they felt probably, but there is a lesson for us in there. It's a lot of lessons. But what happened is now that's what happened, and over there, and we try to see what we can do from here to our home country. But besides us, all the Muslim brothers, as well as the English people and other nationalities, they all been coming because when you see somebody is stuck under there, and the weather and the size of the scale is of the landscape, so it's affected. It's a 13.5 million people affected directly. And the landscape we're talking about, the size of the land, it is size of a Greece, whole country. Imagine the whole Greece has been disturbed the way it is. And if it was, God forbid, it happened to them, can you imagine that hospitals and everything is falling apart? And what you need, then you need help from others. And internally we have, Turkey has been doing it, and other countries, they come in. But our Muslim brothers and sisters are the ones that are the first to come to help. directly to our places, is which we've been getting calls, we've been knocked on the door, what do you need, what we can do. We've done a lot of collections initially, what they needed, blankets, clothing. Those things are okay now, and the essential stuff to what they need now is the shelter. To do that, we need to raise money to be able to give them container houses. We are hoping to do so, and that's what we're raising money now for that.
So what can everyone listening or everyone here, what can we do to help the situation?
Well, it's first of all, dua and prayer is that's
important.
That's we all need it. Even this case or any other case, and all the time we do need that. What we need now is to raise much as money that we can, because if you understand the size of the Greece, which is you need to home those people, 13,500 people affected directly, and there are a lot of young kids in there. They have got schools that they need to go to. You can't just move them from there to go there. And the government's doing much as they can, and we just need to help. And what helps, money will solve a lot of issues, because a lot of things that are being asked is manufactured in Turkey and other parts of the country, and which they are given. They are not. But businesses, they can only give so much. They have to be able to carry on to go and buy the products to be able to make. But they were giving them to a lot of companies, giving free, but now they have to get their cost. But certainly we need to pay them for the cost, at least for them to manufacture stuff to whatever they need. Their homes is one of those, which is, as we speak, we've been contacted. Our chairman has been contacting the few direct authorities. Good thing about us in here is we, as a community place, the Turkish Education Centre, we directly in talks with our consulates, official government officials. Last night, Mr. Murat was he was it was 20 Turkish groups, as well as we had the Turkish ambassador.
28 community centres around the UK, yes, and the Turkish ambassador was there.
Yeah, and we get the direct whatever they need over there. We get it from the government's source, telling us what we need to work on to, and that's what we do. And some of our friends, brothers, they want to go and help. I bless them and I admire them. It's good, but they don't need to do that now, because they see one person to go and save, which is saving one person, like you saving the world 100%. But when you try to do that, you might be affecting 100 other people. And we have to look at that picture as well. And if anybody wants to do anything like that, and I can tell you, which after the meeting that we've been told, what we need, there isn't any manpower in that sense that we need, because we are covered. Initially, it was the search and rescue officials, like people have got certificates that they can do that. That's what their job. And there are a lot of countries that send people, including from Leicester, firefighters. I think they went and they saved quite a few people. That's something for the youngsters to maybe learn. It's if they want to really do help, they might be able to learn something like that. And God forbid, and anything like that happen, then they can go to direct to help, and they can be useful instead of just going pour a tea because somebody else can pour a tea. Then make yourselves more useful. That includes myself and probably ourselves. We should learn this.
Where can we donate the money and everything?
Well, money is if you guys collect in behalf of us, and then you can directly bring to our centre. That's one thing. But beside that, we have got our account, which is people directly donated there. We have got to go found me page, but it's obviously if people wanted to pay directly to us, that's acceptable as well. Our charity, we have got a registered charity number. If big companies, they want to donate, and they can have the gift aid and etc., which we can they need a charity number and etc., which we can give.
Yeah, we got in the community center. We got card machines, so they can come and pay with the card, and they can do online through the website. We have a website. We have a Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter. You can get all the links. We'll share the links, and you can just share these with the people, and they can pay through there. Yeah.